For the first time, it was very hard because I was not aware with the high five. But after a couple of months, I find it is possible. It is possible, and I started to learn from them what is high five. Mm-hmm. Yeah, for now I'm comfortable. In something that it is more about positive and professional. So I find for the daily work, you need to be positive for to support your colleague. Also, you need to act professional to make sure that everything going well. But I have more than this, but to me, I find this is more important.
I can say the first time that I started liking to become a trainer, I used to come to Jobortunity to volunteer. Like whenever they had lessons about hospitality industry, like customer service, how to welcome a guest, how to read the guest, I was invited like main speaker. So like training the student and seeing me sharing my experience with them and them liking it, then I fall in love with training. Yeah. I really like about seeing the student when they come in at Jobortunity, and we enroll them in our training and seeing them growing. Like for example, I can give you an example of like personal presentation, grooming and whatever. You can see the students when they come, they have their own how to present themselves, how they wear, how they talk, how they walk. And in Jobortunity, we train them like when you work in the hospitality industry, you have to do this and this. And it is a process. Many students, they don't like it. But seeing them like growing and liking what they are being trained, I can say that that inspires me a lot. Exactly, yes. I can say I didn't know how to present myself properly, but that is not a big deal because I was not that a good student at all. Like I was very stubborn, and seeing the students who are very stubborn like it's like reminding me, like mirroring me when I was in that age. So yeah, sometimes I take it very personal, but sometimes it is like, you know, I was there also. So pole pole, everything, it is little finger, then everything will go all right. Yeah.
Okay, the graduate is Moses Godson, and the compliment I will start to explain to him because he came from very rough background and he was very motivated in Jobortunity. And from beginning, he shared with me that he would like to be a manager, and slowly, after 1 year, now he's the manager at Aish Machame Hotel. He used a little finger that take little but smart steps. Yes.
I like to work with High Five College because it was my dreams. It is my dream since I started course here, and Neema Samuel, she the one who motivated me to work here because she teach me how to be flexible, how to be team player, and a lot of things. But yeah, it is my dream to work here because I want one day to be High Five trainer. I will give feedback. There is one day I burning food and the people talk out of me, Rena burning food. So I went to her and I told her it is better to come to me instead of say to the other people. Yeah. So I follow the step of feedback. So she understands me.
I find difficult to stay high-five when we have an agreement. Either can be as a team and people, they don't follow it. So that is the moment where I feel like I lose my high-five feeling. I just give feedback. Sometimes it's hard to give feedback, but I just give out my feelings. Like, guys, we agreed on something and it's not going according to our agreements. What happens? But sometimes I get angry a little bit. Yeah.
Which one is that?
I would say ring finger, because this is about communication. And if you have anything you agreed on with your team members, with your students, you need to do it. And as a high-five person, you need to act according to high-five. Yeah.
Is planning lesson. Planning lesson, it's all about 6W plus 1H. The 6 W's, we simplify it by saying 6 wives plus 1 husband. Yeah, to make it easier to the student. So 1W is what, where, when, why, with what, and the another is how. Most youth, when you say about make your plan, what do you want to do in your future, it's like they're curious to know what is planning. And it's also difficult for them to make the plan on their future. What are they want to do? They say it's difficult. The part that I like most is how part. How? Because you need to explain how are you going to do. What is the purpose of doing that? If maybe the student has a problem of school fees, he or she needs to work most on how plan. But when you think about it and try to make it, it's simple. When you made a how part, your plan is simple. One example is when I get my salary, since from the beginning, I try to think to make 6W and how part, how am I going to use this money? So maybe how I want to make my small business, how? By finding the place, by buying the materials, yeah.
Being a trainer, it's really changed my life. First of all, I got an opportunity to learn new things from the student, because as you know, nobody knows everything. So I got a lot of learnings from the student and also my fellow trainers also. Other thing is also I got a job. It is my job. I pay my bills through the being a trainer. So that is all about how the training high five to youth changed my life. Thumb finger is all about having a positive attitude and also being a professional. And index finger is all about goal and direction. Yeah, we have to have our own planning and stuff like that to become to achieve our goals. So having goal and direction is the index finger. Middle finger is all about stand out and be proud on everything which you have maybe done. You have to be proud on it. Yeah. And ring finger is all about having good communication, team player and be loyal, stuff like that. It's all about the ring finger. And also the little finger is the most important finger, more than others, because it's the finger which you can start with. Yeah, take little but smart steps. Yeah, This is all about having little, but use it in smart steps. Yeah, you can start maybe your work with very little amount of salary, but later you will become having the good salary. You know. So that is high five.
First of all, I can say no one is perfect in the team. No one is real high five. Everyone needs to improve. And the first thing I think is for people to practice. Since no one is perfect, we need to practice more and more. For example, practicing with keeping time. When you always will come in the morning and you find you are, I'm late. Oh, let me go back. Then tomorrow you remember to wake up early. So yes, that is to practice. You didn't finish your work today, so tomorrow, the next day, you remember to replan and follow what you planned. Look into what made you not plan well, what made you to come late, then you try to improve. That's why I'm saying we need to practice every day, because we are saying we do what we preach in Jobortunity. So that's one. But the other thing is to remind each other. You know, we are working as a team, and every day you see maybe someone is not really doing well. It's just to remind, hi, you remember this, eh? You remember index finger? Do you remember what do we say about little finger? So it's just reminding each other, because sometimes we forget. So it's better to remind.